First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without a wedding band. I done peeped at all these rappers won't be secondhand. My pop said I'd be broken, barely eat. I should've bet the man. Yeah, cause I'm way up. Long ways from the days I evade valet stores. Couldn't pay nowadays. All the cake I make us is enough to buy about 100 trucks. From Mercedes, I resage Chukwueze. Then my babies, label hit be trying to sway me. Pay me. Wrote the game 2020, you can see it plainly. Can't nobody play me. I kill everything innately. At the helm of the mothership of drip, you can see me leaking. Shh, be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot. Feel the spirit breathing. Best new artist, but the way I cook, very seasoned. Everything around me moving, like bachata. Usher told me do it my way. Frank Sinatra. Been a shotter, been locked in with my katas. Now I got them raving how I'm big on lines. Hello, Denata. Sheesh. Oh God, I'm a dog, bro. Need a clergy collar dodging fleas from you, dog. Adversely, I affect a demon with this God flow. Then put out my queen and yell out bravo. Yeah, we on baby number quattro. Yeah, my whole crib look like a art show.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the state of New Mexico and its capital city of Albuquerque. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Thunderbirds of Albuquerque. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Watkins in motion left. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. When you look at this defense, in that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Eagles.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy, either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap. Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Hurts on the option right. 20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. They go play action with Hurts. Is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Grant Calcaterra, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Thunderbirds are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? 2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. Running right, this is Gainwell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. When you look at this defense, they come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it.
There he goes, right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This is Smith to the ground. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Powell. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
3rd and long, here's Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Taking it about the 36. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Option handoff for Gainwell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Second and 6 with the ball on the 7. On the option left, it's Hurts. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him for a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From near the goal line, here's Howell. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
One advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Second and 9. Now the pitch comes to Gainwell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Calling a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
63.
On 3rd down, it's Gainwell. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from... Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. That is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
A give running right is Gainwell. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. The kick by Elliott is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second down, Howell back to pass. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On first and 10, it's Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss.
Buffalo 18. 69.
Throwing here, Howell. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now he'll look to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Howell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
70 Rangers. 18, 5 here. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Howell down to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Keely Ringo puts it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead, Hurts fumbles has it. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Second down. Here's Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Gainwell gets it on the option.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
2nd and 10. Second down throw for Howell.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
19 Lions. Trap 60. Trap 60. Hurry. Hurry, 70. Check out.
And Howell will throw it.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Let's go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
19 tight. 18 rattlers. Ready?
Another throw for Howell.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
4th down and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. But first down, Hurts. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
Dancing away at the 35.
That's Keely Ringo who was there in on the stop. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And once more, Howell back to the air.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 7 Bison.
Now Howell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Flush to his right. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Arnold. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
On the ball, now.
Back to throw, Howell.
Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Thunderbirds are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for two. Howell throwing for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 41, here's second down at 7. Again, a run with Gainwell. And a pretty good burst there, so he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
At the 46-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Great.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action with Hurts. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The kick by Elliott is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
2nd and 10, Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Howell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
On second and a long way to go. Howell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Let's go, guys. Go.
Third and long, here's Howell. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Second down, Howell now. Open man is Samuel, complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Howell from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Powell. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
18, Pioneer. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. Samuel bringing in the slant. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4th down, Howell. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Albuquerque, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Howell looking to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Howell with one final shot. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this.
Why would I hold up my for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson?